Hey, what's going on, guys? Trucker Jay is back with another exciting video. I know you guys are holding your breath with anticipation. So, I am on I-81 North heading up to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and about mile marker 207. And as you can see, traffic is creeping along. Looked on my phone, and apparently there was an accident. Both lanes have been blocked. So I thought this would be a good time to do a video. Something that you guys can do if you're trying to watch your clock. So if you notice right now, it says off-duty brake. And my timer, my 30-minute reset, is right there at 16:24, 16:19. Now the trick to this is that as long as you keep your speedometer below 5 miles an hour, it does not kick you off of being on brake. So this is what is called a rolling brake. So if you are in a situation like this where there's an accident or heavy traffic, and you can, look at your phone or look ahead, and or you can see the traffic isn't moving very quickly, then what you can do is you can go ahead and put yourself on brake, and then as long as you don't go over 5 miles an hour, it will keep you on brake. So my 11 hour is at 3:18:41, but my 14 hour is at 4:38. So I am not using my drive clock right now. My drive time is not being wasted sitting in traffic. And I will regain some of that time back as soon as I complete the next 30-minute break, which is in less than 14 minutes. So providing the traffic still stays going pretty slow, I should be okay. Sorry, I was doing computer updates while I was sitting here too. I should be okay, get some time back, and it not affect my drive time, so I'll be able to get where I need to go. I have about 3 hours and 42 minutes to get there, 251 miles. I think it's about 7 o'clock. Let's see, what time is it? No, it is almost 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be getting in here pretty late. But it's Sunday too, by the way. What the plan was, actually the plan kind of got jacked up. So what had happened is that I dropped off my load yesterday, and when I dropped it off, it was a recycling place, a bunch of shredded paper, and I dropped off my trailer. It was a drop-and hook, and you go inside, and they give you a trailer to pick up so that you can, take an empty trailer with you. So the only trailer that they had was an older trailer, and there was only one there out of probably a couple hundred. So I get in the trailer. Whenever you get in there, you have to slide your tandems all the way back, and then it lets you through the gate, and you can, park it. So I hooked up to the trailer. They're all side by side, kind of tight. So I pulled forward. I went around, set the brakes, and I got out of the truck, went to hit the air release for the tandems, got back in the truck, started rocking it back and forth. It wasn't sliding. I spent about 20 minutes trying to mess around with it, rock it back and forth. It just wasn't, moving. They were all the way back. So what I did was our terminal was about 5 miles down the road. It's really close. So I ended up taking that trailer back. I did the proper thing, as so many drivers don't do, and I rode up the trailer so that it could be fixed. So that way the next guy comes along, doesn't get into the trailer and then get screwed because it's broken and he can't slide the tandems, and then, you know, his day is all ruined. Now, I'm not saying that it was like that when it got dropped off, but, you know, it very well could have been that way. And the driver just decided not to take the extra time and write it up. So I went ahead and took care of that and got it written up. Sorry, I'm trying to update my GPS here at the same time. Please connect your device. Click yes when your device has been connected. Okay. It's connected. Okay, maybe I gotta start it over again. Yes, install. So anyways, I wrote up the trailer, I went back to our terminal, and I told the planner what was going on, and apparently there were no other empty trailers there at the yard yesterday when I was there. So he said, go ahead and just bobtail to the next location, and it's a trailer that's already preloaded so you can take off. Alright, now I'm really getting frustrated here because this is connected, but it's not saying that it's connected. Here, we'll do that. Does it work that way? No? So I drove about an hour and a half over to the shipper, and I get there and he's like, hey, where's your trailer? And I was like, well, you know, they told me not to bring a trailer, or there was no trailer there, and they told me that I could just, you know, bobtail down here. And he was saying that they had been requesting 3 empty trailers all week long, and no trailers were there. So they did not have my trailer, you know, loaded, obviously, because there was no trailer there. So I ended up spending 4 hours driving around to 3 different locations, another recycling place, the Nissan manufacturer plant, and I think a Hub Group spot. Anyways, so it took me 4 hours. So I finally, no, it was SAP over there in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I drive over there, and I get to the front gate, and the guard doesn't want to let me in to get a empty trailer because it's the weekend, the main office isn't open, and he's not supposed to let anybody in. So he called up to some other security place, told me I needed a trailer. They wouldn't give me a trailer. So what I had to do, so after that, I called my dispatch and was like, look, this is the situation. They had already known I was already irritated because I'd already gone to 2 other spots before and there were no empty trailers there. So he gets on the phone, he calls them up, talks to some guy in Kentucky. I sat there for about 45 minutes and they finally authorized me to go into the gate and get a trailer. And fortunately for me, again, it was the only one trailer that they had there. So I hooked up to that trailer, and then I had to drive about another hour and a half to the location to give them back the trailer so they can load it. Now at this point, I'd already run out of time. Matter of fact, I think I had to use a few minutes of my personal conveyance time. I wasn't gonna be that close and shut down and not be able to give it to him because my load is hand loaded. So it takes them 3 or 4 hours to do it. I wanted to get on the road and head up to Pennsylvania and get this thing dropped off because I'm supposed to be back in Atlanta on Tuesday for some home time and also so they can do the maintenance on the truck. I'm at 120,000 miles, this maintenance needed to be done. So by the time I got there, I went on break I couldn't start driving until 9 o'clock this morning. So luckily, by then, over the night, they had the trailer loaded, and that was all good. But from where I was at in Tennessee up to Pennsylvania, it was 700 miles. So I was trying to be a super trucker and drive 700 miles in one day. I have 250 miles left to go, and it's telling me it's going to take me 3 hours and 44 minutes left to get there. So I am probably not going to be arriving there until close to midnight. The next load that they have for me, they're saying isn't going to be ready until 7 p.m. But I could pick it up early and then take off with it. So from there, going back to Atlanta, which is our Ellenwood yard is in Atlanta, it is another 710 miles. And I'm trying to be there by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be another long day. I really need to get this load there tonight so that I can break and so that I have my full clock tomorrow. Whenever that load's ready, I can pick it up and then start heading back down there and be in Atlanta by Tuesday morning. So like I said, today's Sunday. The load's not supposed to be ready till 7 p.m. tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be ready, sooner, like maybe noon or something, so that way I don't have to do a lot of night driving. I really don't like to drive at night. A lot of the places that you pick up and drop off at, they don't have any signs, they're not lit up, it's very dark, and it sucks. Also, the stupid little camera, this thing, the Linux, seems to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Seems to be more active, seems to be intensified more. It goes off all the freaking time at night. Yesterday it went off a whole bunch of times, so I'm probably gonna get a phone call from good old Paul in safety. I gotta do a video about Paul in safety too. How not to get calls from Paul in safety. So, yeah. I don't like to drive at night. That camera goes off a lot more. I don't like to get calls from Paul. It just gets frustrating and irritating. And then if you do so many things within a short period of time, then it could affect your safety bonus, which generally is about $500-600 at the end of the month. They do it a month behind, so it kind of jacks up your money, and nobody likes their money jacked up. So, but anyway, so I figured I'd pop in, do a semi-short video, let you guys know one of the tricks of the trade as far as your clock is concerned, and when you are stuck in traffic. I have not moved very far at all. I still have 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining left on my 30-minute break. Actually, I can probably BS for another 4 minutes. So once that happens, I should be able to get a little bit more time back on my clock, and then be able to continue rolling. I hope everybody's okay with this accident. Both lanes are blocked, and it's been like this for a little while. Looks like some type of truck is rolling up. Oh, it's the slow down. There's stop traffic up ahead in trucks, so that's always a good thing. Gets to be kind of dangerous not paying attention. You're cruising 68 miles an hour, come up over a ridge, and then you see a bunch of stopped traffic coming down a hill, with 40, 50,000 pounds of loaded in the back of your trailer, and trying to come to a stop with that much weight and that speed, it doesn't happen very easily and very quickly. There have been quite a few really bad accidents. One happened, I think last month. The guy was coming down a hill and just blasted through a bunch of cars that were stopped in traffic, and it was not a pretty picture. So, but other than that, everything's going pretty good. The truck's doing okay. other than it's got the stupid check engine light on, the orange one, not the red death one. So when you call up breakdown about that, you know, they're like, oh, just keep going until the red one turns on, because they won't send anybody out. The check engine light can come on for, you know, half a dozen different reasons, stupid reasons, so they don't even worry about it. And a lot of times after you've been driving for a while, you turn the truck off, you turn it back on, it resets itself and goes away. Like I said, I'm going to have a maintenance done on the truck here on Tuesday, so they'll see that and they'll get that cleared out. Maybe it's just a code in the computer or something. Get that cleared up and taken care of. Getting some good miles. I think when I started off with this trip, I think it was 850 some miles from where I ended up at picking up the trailer, and then driving to the location where I picked this up to take it up to Pennsylvania. So that's a pretty good deal there. I really hate going up to the northeastern area. The traffic's bad. There's a lot of hills, a lot of mountains. Depending on how far up northeast you go, like New York, New Jersey area, it is just the craziest traffic ever. I hate that place just as much as I hate Atlanta. And driving through Atlanta, I hate the most. I can't stand driving through Atlanta. Only time I like to go there is when I'm seeing my girl, and I don't think she really appreciates what I have to go through to get there and see her. She better appreciate it. Yeah. So I gotta get this load up there tonight, pick up the other load, and then head back down to Atlanta tomorrow night. All right, here we go. It may not reset till I start driving, but I should have gotten a little bit of time back. But the important thing is, like I said, is that my 11-hour clock isn't going down. It's just taken off of my 14-hour clock for today. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll cut this video. I appreciate you guys checking out my videos. If you haven't done so yet, hit the like, share, subscribe button, ring the bell. You get notified when I put new videos out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, comment down below. I try to go through those as quick as I can and respond back. So you guys be safe out there. As always, look out for yourself and one another. And until next video, Trucker J is out.